Hi, Karen Curry Parker here with your Human Design Solar Report. The sun is now moving through the energy of the gate 27, which is the gate of responsibility and obligation. The earth is grounding us in the gate 21, sometimes called the gate of struggle. I like to call it the gate of adventure. It's an interesting play on energies for two reasons. Number one, first of all, the energy that the sun is experiencing, the 27, the gate of obligation and responsibility, is what we call a deeply tribal energy. So, this is an energy that compels us to make choices for our family, for our loved ones, to sometimes sacrifice our own needs for the sake and the needs of others. It is a deeply nurturing energy. It's an energy that's all about love and care and sweetness and obligation and responsibility. So it also sometimes can have with it a little twinge of guilt. All right, the earth energy in the 28 is very individual. So it's all about, I got to do my own thing, I got to go have my own adventure, I've got to do what's right for me. And those two energies, when they play together, they sometimes can create a real inner conflict, or a conundrum is what I call it when I teach my students, because it creates this sort of push me pull you quality of, do I do what I'm obligated to do? Do I fulfill the things that I've been told I should be doing? Or do I go do what's right for me? Do I follow my own path? Do I follow my own convictions? There can be in this energy, truth be told, a different kind of a struggle as well. The 28 has an energy associated with it. This is what's grounding us right now. An energy associated with it that can sometimes be felt in a way that feels like struggle. Let's not call it anything else. It can mean that when this energy is at play, things that are normally easy can feel a little bit more difficult. It can feel like your life right now, forward momentum of any kind, can feel like it has an added twist and turn and a different level of complexity to it. Sometimes things don't work out the way you thought they would. Sometimes there's a little bit more unexpected things that you have to deal with that you didn't think you'd have to deal with when this energy is at play. And of course, it means that sometimes we're struggling with our responsibilities, sometimes we're struggling with fulfilling our responsibilities, and sometimes we're wrestling with ways to adequately express our love and our caring for each other. So it's a really important energy when we have this energy playing with us to remember, first of all, it's only 6 days. So, and we're still in a Mercury retrograde cycle too. So it's also adding this feeling like we're moving through what I call cosmic molasses. Nothing is really unfolding exactly the way we expected. It's all kind of murky and dodgy and playing with our awareness a little bit and making things feel a little bit like they're either moving too slowly or making us feel frustrated because it's not panning out the way we're expecting. So definitely when we've got this energy at play, slow down. Take your time. The purpose of this struggle is to really ask yourself, is this really what I'm wanting to do? Is this really the direction that I'm wanting to go? Is this meaningful to me? Am I fulfilling my purpose and the meaning of what I'm here to do with this act that I'm taking? Are the responsibilities and the obligations you've assumed the ones that are truly meaningful? I want to be really mindful of using that word obligation and responsibility because sometimes we associate that with negative things. If any of you have ever experienced this energy, we all have it, there's an energy that's really just so sweet and rich that comes from the heaviness of obligation and responsibility. It is through our obligation and responsibility sometimes that we learn to endure, to persevere, to sacrifice for something greater than ourselves individually. And when we see this energy, intertwined with struggle, it symbolizes the fact that we are on a quest to discover those places of giving and caring and sharing and values transmission, which is still what we're in the midst of. We're still shifting our values. It asks us to really make sure to check in with ourselves and really make sure that the responsibilities we're assuming are truly meaningful and they're worthy of the commitment that we bring to them. So, good question to ask yourself while this is playing is, are you engaging in worthwhile commitments? Are you engaging in things that are responsible and things that you're obligated to in a way that's creating more meaning, more value in your life, rather than are you committing to things just because you thought that's what you should do, or you've been told that's what you should do, or the guilt has kicked in and you're doing something you really don't want to be doing, but you feel like you have to because that's a responsibility. There's a difference between being obligated from the heart and celebrating the depth of that heart-based obligation versus doing something out of guilt. And so when we're crafting our direction and we're moving towards the springtime cycle in human design, really important for you to check in with, are the things that you're committing to, are the obligations that you have, are the responsibilities that you feel obligated to fulfill yours? And are they adding meaning to your life? And are they really pushing you to that place where you go beyond what you can do by yourself and you step into being of service to something greater than who you are individually? The rest of the week looks, and the rest of the next 6 days looks kind of good. We've got some sweet relationship energy going on. We've got a whole bunch of opportunities to connect on a deeper level with Source, and our relationships are going to be continuing to bring us the sweetness of connection with Source. A big time for nice spiritual awakening in the context of your relationships, a time to step into a higher level of relating with each other. Also a really nice time to remember to trust your gut and your intuition. We are still in this weird cycle of endings, and right now it's going to feel like things are not ending as quickly as they need to, nor are they starting as quickly as they need to. So be patient. Don't start anything new right now. Just take your time to continue to get clarity. Things are going to they'll speed up in about 2 more weeks. But right now we're just in an inner cycle. We are the seeds in the darkness. We are taking in the nutrients. We are preparing for a cycle of expansion. In the meantime, while you're in this sort of incubative phase, do your work. Make sure that everything that you're committing to is in alignment with the magnificence and the beauty and the worthiness of who you are. Trust yourself. Don't hold on to things for longer than you should. Don't rationalize tolerating things that you shouldn't be. Don't let guilt run your life. Go have a great week.